Hey YouTube, this is Mr. Shady doing my now post-op sleeve gastrectomy. I did have it completed on August 18th, 2011 at about 1 p.m. Today is August 22nd, 2011 at about 6 p.m. Just wanted to chart this progress and get this journal in. Um, So as I said, I have had it done. It's been now 3, 4 days now. Um, Still very sore. Can't really move too much. I'm able to move, but a little bit slower than maybe I was before. I did try to do a journal. I believe it was 3, and I don't know if it posted or not. But I'll just kind of pick up from here and move on. Um, how do I feel? I'll get to that part, but I think the lead up to it was probably the most difficult. Depending on where you get your gastric sleeve done, and I don't know where people will be getting it done at. Some surgeons require you to have 2 weeks of liquid diets prior to your surgery date. Some say 3. Um, my surgeon recommended a week, 7 days. That was probably the most difficult part to me. It was the most difficult part because you still have the same stomach that you had before, and you still have the same appetite. But now it's also compounded with the anxiety of having the surgery, of now wanting to get the surgery done. It's more further complicated by having the 7-day protein shakes, etc. But I did do it 7 days. I did make a few mistakes and errors, but for the most part, I was able to follow it. But it was very, very difficult. It was probably one of the most difficult parts to me about this pre-surgery or pre-op, I guess you could say, was that 7 days. I did during that time, you know, every time I would slip and have some crackers or something like that, kind of go, oh, okay, well, I wonder what's going to happen. Are they not going to do the surgery? But they did do it. Um, I worked a half day last week. I had it on Thursday, so I worked a half day on Wednesday. And, you know, just had some friends over and, just kind of talked and laughed. And the morning of, which was Thursday, August 18th, um, I very much disassociated myself, if I can use that as an emotion, from the surgery. I pretty much went into it, woke up at a regular hour, and 9 o'clock, whatever, 8 o'clock, whatever. I woke up and got ready. Just got ready as if I was almost going to work or starting my day. Didn't really kind of have any, worries or fears, and really didn't even think about the surgery. Um, Even the friend of mine that drove me to the hospital, just drove to the hospital like if I was doing a checkup or, seeing my primary care doctor. Nothing out of the ordinary. Um, Got into surgical screening, where they do all their pre-op stuff. Saw the nurse still very disassociated with it, really, and I don't know why that emotion happened, except to say that I didn't want to talk myself out of it, which is probably another big factor of a lot of people that want to have this done. Um, didn't start really sinking in. This may sound rather funny. Didn't start sinking in until I put the hospital gown on and laid down on the bed. Um, Two emotions really went through at that point, or two thoughts, I should say, went through my mind. This is either the bed that I'll die on, or, this is the bed in which I'll be laying on for the next 2 days, probably in pain. Um, the lighter was obviously the more correct one. Um, I think it started to really kind of sink in a little bit more once the IV went in. I think once they start the IV, it was kind of like, okay, this is a go. You know, this is it. Um, when the surgeon came in and, just confirmed things, also the anesthesiologist as well as the nurse anesthetist. Some of the residents came in, and you just kind of go, okay. I very much equate that moment almost like astronaut shuttle or the astronauts right before the shuttle takes off. There's a point of no return. I don't know if it's 30 seconds prior to takeoff or 10 seconds where everything's a go. It doesn't matter what's going to happen. It's going to go. Regardless if there's an earthquake, it's still going to happen. You're still going to have to do it. And that's pretty much what I kind of went through. I figured at that point, that's it. This is a go. I'm not going to turn back. I'm just going to go for it, and hope for the best. And, the friend of mine was, even in the room up to that last moment, showed no fear, which is good, I guess. But I think if I thought about it that morning, I would have figured out a way of talking myself out of it. I didn't want to do that, so I went through with it. And I approached it as if it was just a normal day for me. And that really did help. I don't know how others may feel about that, but it did help me. Went into the operating room, cold, very bright. Pretty much 7 or 8 people are in there, kind of moving me around, making sure my feet are positioned properly. Doctor said just lay back and, we'll see you in recovery. After that moment, I don't remember anything else that happened. That surgery could have taken 10 hours and I wouldn't have known. You don't have a concept of time once you go under anesthesia. You really don't. It felt like I was asleep for 10 minutes, but 2 hours had passed. Woke up in recovery. A lot of pain. Scale pain was probably, they say use 1 to 10. I was using 15. It was a pain that you almost have to witness to understand. I can't explain the pain to you. Went in and out. Medications were good. I was trying to doze as much as I could so I didn't have to concentrate on the pain. Recovery nurse was very good. All the nurses at the hospital were excellent. And got wheeled out and was there for about 2 hours. I think I was getting morphine maybe every hour, or maybe every 2. I don't know. Got upstairs to the general room probably 2.5 hours later. Nurse up there was great. Had a standing order for morphine every 2 hours, which I utilized. First night was rough. It really was rough. I can't say that it was an easy night. A lot of pain. IV pump kept on going off, which was kind of annoying to get sleep. Didn't want to move much. I really didn't want to move my stomach or move in any certain direction because of the pain. Initially was having a problem with voiding or producing urine. I was able to stand up and produce urine, and everybody was happy. Next day, things were better. Got released probably about 2 or 3 the next day. Pain was still very high. I was still nothing by mouth NPO until I had my GI tract to make sure that I was able to. There was no holes or leaks in my stomach at all. Past that, and then I was able to consume water and had some Jello, a little bit of Jello, and some water, and that was really it. I left. Mother was up there at that point. First night at home was very, very difficult. Very, very hard. Hard because I couldn't really lay down. I was sleeping too much. So I was very sleepy, but I couldn't get in a good position where I felt comfortable, which leads me up to today. I mean, it's now Monday evening. Pain has really gotten better. I still have some spots that really do hurt a lot, and it is very, very difficult to move in certain directions. But I'll follow this up with another one pretty soon.